Why do you have Bifrost crystals in your eyes?
A loving gift from the giants. Since I used to do so much traveling between realms, they thought it would be more convenient for me than having a crystal I could lose.
Did it hurt?
No, because I wisely fortified myself with 16 cups of Billow Maiden's ale. Got so inebriated, I tried convincing the giants to put him in my nipples instead.
Oh my gosh.
Almost talked them into it too. Can you imagine? Mimir of the Bifrost teats.
Hey guys, I'm Amanda Roses, and welcome to another episode of God of War. Probably our last episode of the main storyline, which makes me so sad because I don't know what I'm going to do when I finish this and have to wait for Ragnarok. I know it's coming out soon, but it's not soon enough for me. But luckily we still have lots to do in the game. Like, I still have some side missions. I haven't been to two side realms. Nelfing? Oh, I forget what it's called. the two. I've opened them, but we haven't been there yet. They're not part of the main storyline. And we also have all the Valkyries, which I'm going to be playing with you guys, and I'm super excited for that. I hear it's really tough, but I can't wait to take them on. Yeah, so we've still got episodes to come, but this might be the last one of this main storyline, so it's going to be tough. Anyways, last episode absolutely wrecked me. I have never cried that much. That was so sad and intense and emotional. Basically, we had the showdown between Baldur, Freya, and Kratos and Atreus. As you know, Baldur is Freya's son, and Freya basically put like the spell on him that made him invulnerable, but it also took away all of his feeling. So he couldn't sense anything in the world, couldn't like feel, touch, taste, any of that, which sounds like a horrible existence, and he was rightfully very mad at her, but he kind of took it too far. He decided he had to kill Freya, and would not let that go. I mean, I understand his anger, but that is definitely too far. You don't kill your own mom for something like that. But I think he went a little crazy existing without feeling for so long, so not excusing it, just saying I do kind of feel for him. And in the end, Kratos had to kill Baldur, which was devastating to watch. I know he had to do it, but it was just so hard to watch and so sad. And just the emotion in Freya's face because she loves him so much, like, oh, the chilling moment when he died, and her face, just the tears, it was so real, the emotion. Like, I've never seen emotion that real in a video game. And her speech about how she's gonna chase Kratos to the ends of the earth and, like, make him suffer for eternity was just phenomenal. It was so, like, insane to listen to. Like, that is gonna stick in my mind forever. So it was a brilliant episode, but so devastating. I cried so much, and I'm still broken up with it, honestly, but I want to know what's going to happen next. Are we going to finally go to the top of the summit and maybe find out what happened to his mom, Atreus' mom, because we still don't really know much about that, who she was or anything, so oh my goodness. Let's just get into this last episode, and yeah, let's play.
Not evil. You killed her son.
I think we heard this speech already.
Her son. The death of a child is not something a parent gets
We
over
did hear
easily.
this already.
But he was
It's a
gonna
good
kill her.
speech.
She would have died to see him live. Only a parent can understand.
So you'd let me kill you?
If it meant you would live. Yes.
Look, there was no easy choice. For anybody, brother. But I think we can all agree you did the right thing. The world's a better place with Freya in it. Just give her time, lads. She'll come around.
Back to Tyr's temple, then.
Good
One last
speech.
time.
Aye. Jötunheim awaits.
Here we go, Jotunheim. So this is it. I think we're actually going to make it to Jotunheim this time.
Odin must have convinced him that following you to Jötunheim would bring his cure. Lies, I'm sure.
Why did Mistletoe break the spell?
Vanir magic is powerful, but its rules are slippery and elusive. I'm sure it makes sense if you're a witch. Oh, but it's also bloody tragic. Baldur was the greatest gift Odin granted Freya. The one thing she treasured from their marriage. She only hoped to spare him pain and spare herself loss. But such impulses can lead good parents to make terribly stupid decisions.
Yeah. She did a horrible thing to him, and she never really even towards the end, she never really saw why that was wrong, but I know it came from maybe not a horrible place,
Mary.
but still.
Why did you work for Odin if he's so horrible?
It's my
Good question.
career. And if you mean to make your career as a counsellor to kings, you can't very well rule out petty maniacs. Available positions are scarce enough. My first master was a cruel piece of work as well, but I learned through him the enduring power of wit, which served me well with kings and gods alike. I couldn't have been much older than you when it started. A fairy king's errand boy and unofficial jester. By night, my mates and I had the run of the forest. Good fellows they called us, knavish sprites to the last. We'd get up to all manner of mischief, making fools of the local mortals. But as long as our lord was kept amused, we were spared the consequences. Then one day he was not amused, and I saw fit to move on. Thankfully, the ages and roads travelled since then have turned me from that merry wanderer into the paragon of virtue you see before you today.
Oh, Mimir. Interesting to find out about his past, though. That's kind of cool. I love smashing into the barrels. Oh, I love this game in general. I mean, it's so beautiful. I have such high hopes for the next one. I also really want to play the previous God of War. It's like God of War 3, I've heard is like really amazing. Oh, I forget how to get to Tyr's Temple. This is where I got lost last time. So hopefully I can find my way this time. No. It was down a level, wasn't it? Yeah. Okay. Should have learned from the last one. Yeah, it's around here somewhere, isn't it? I think you just keep going this way. I keep running around. Oh, is it through here? Hold on a second. Where is this place? Oh, I totally forget. Or, hold on. No, this is right. Right? Oh no, we're getting farther away now. No, this was the other temple. Okay, I think it is up a floor, maybe. I'm excited to try this unstoppable aura in battle more. I think it'll be very useful. Where the hell is this place? Is it around here? No, because don't you run into the thing? Ah, where is this? Where is it? Oh, I can never figure this out. What level is it on, too? I don't remember. Is it through here? I don't think it's through here. Okay. Where is this place? I don't think. Oh, is it through here? Is this right? Okay. Oh, it's just
Best word yet. Just need a little help for.
Sorry, dwarves. I'll deal with you later. I don't think I
See
can.
the giants.
Well, if things work according to plan,
They never do.
go ahead and lock in Jotunheim and we'll be on our way.
Oh my gosh, are we actually gonna make it this time? Probably. He has no faith. I don't either. Muspelheim. That's one of the ones I haven't been to. Or Nilfheim. Okay, I was right about that. Asgard. We haven't been to Asgard, have we? Or this one, Svartalfheim? I'm not sure how to pronounce that. I wonder if we'll do that in the next game. Jötunheim! Oh, here we go! This is so exciting. I'm still not convinced we're going though. I mean, you never know in this game what's gonna come out and stop ya.
Boy, ahead. Get ready.
Oh, right. Got him. Let's hope this doesn't cause you to explode or anything.
Hadn't considered that. Maybe we should talk about this a bit more.
Too late
Nah,
now.
I'm sure you'll be fine. Ready?
Atreus. Oh, that looks painful. Unpleasant seems a little,
Now,
Not-
boy.
oh my gosh, is it actually gonna work? Didn't explode. Wow, it's really beautiful.
We must be close.
Wow, the music.
What are we waiting for? Think it's fog?
We will see.
One
so
place before
tense.
we continue. Listen, the last thing you two need up there's a decomposing heat ruining the moment. Why don't I wait for you here? This is between you and the boy.
True. But if someone were to
My
fight,
lady sips soft, perfect
Oh, no.
sloshers.
Oh, okay.
You done did it.
Sorry. We had to see this.
Aww.
Oh no. No, 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 no. Ah, fine, damn it. Fine.
watch the head till we return.
Just the head.
I
Not
can do this.
Mimir.
No, no, I
Ah, that's his worst nightmare.
Okay.
Ready.
Oh, they're going. Oh my god, this is gonna be the ultimate father-son moment. I'm sure of it. Wow, we're here! Mother's ashes. Oh my gosh, we're here. Wow. This.
I have plans for you.
Oh my god, what are they gonna do to him? Mimir! What are they gonna do to Mimir? I hope they make him like a new body or something. I feel like they have the ability to do that. That would be nice for Mimir. Although he seems content as that. Wow, look at this. Look at the trees. We're in some like massive tree or something, like floating through the air. The colors are really neat. I love how each realm kind of has its own like unique color scheme to it. I wish I had time for more art because I really want to make a painting based on this game. I have so many ideas and like it would just be so beautiful. I am gonna do it. I've just been so busy lately, like between work and applying for graduate school and oh, by the way, I don't remember if I mentioned this, but I am applying to graduate school, so yeah, even though I just graduated. But yeah, I've been a little busy, hard to find time to do painting, but I'm gonna do one soon. November, that's my time. Oh my gosh, it's so sparkly. Okay, back to the game. It's so beautiful and sparkly, and look at all the light. Oh, Trace is going very far ahead, though. What am I gonna find? Whoa. Oh my gosh. That looked really cool.
We're on the giant's fingers. I can see the highest peak ahead.
Oh my
Right over
gosh,
there.
we're almost there. This is amazing. We're almost there.
We
Oh,
did it.
We did.
oh my heart. Oh, I love these two. Wow, look at the sky.
What are you doing?
He's taking them off.
I have nothing more to hide.
Whoa. Oh my gosh.
Can we go now? We're so close.
Oh, I want to cry. I'm gonna cry again.
Boy,
That is such a big moment for Kratos. For him to finally, like, kind of move forward from the past to his new family. It's so beautiful.
carry her.
Oh, he trusts him. Oh, I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry again. So emotional. Oh, they've just come so far since the beginning. They've both grown
Boy.
so much.
It's nothing. I just thought I'd hear voices by now.
Yeah, where are the giants? Whoa, look at this
Hello?
place.
Anybody here?
Oh,
What is this place?
They must have all come through here when they left Midgard. What was left of them.
Why? These statues are super ominous, though.
Odin and Thor, ruining everything for everybody.
Oh no, did they come through here? Is that why there aren't anybody here? There isn't anybody here? The dream of Midgard. Midgard was a dream of what could be if we shared and collaborated. Jotnar, Aesir, Vanir, Elf, Dwarf, and mortals, most of all. It was beautiful, but not everyone is capable of sharing. Some believe anything uncontrolled is savage and threatening, and so we were mocked and tricked and used and then slaughtered. Odin and his tribe were barred from our realm, but it was not enough. The wrath of Thor and his terrible hammer have thinned our number in Midgard to the brink of ruin. There is no option but to withdraw, while yet any live to do so. Odin and Thor would have killed all the giants if they could, and they got away with everything. Oh, that's awful. Gosh, Odin is awful. He is an evil, evil, evil god.
Huh. Who's the Guardian?
Oh, is somebody gonna be protecting this? The Guardian? Wow, this is a lot of writing. What a law. The Guardian returns. We foresee Midgard's fate, overrun, a second hell. Neither Odin nor his dead may reach Jotunheim. The ways must be shut. The serpent and the Guardian remained. They alone shall keep our hope. When doom befalls the indestructible, only then shall the Guardian return. Until then, we await a better world, one without fear, without greed, without war. We wait for deliverance and justice. We wait for a champion. We will wait for word that gods grow good. Hope that world gets here soon. Oh, I wonder if that's going to be Atreus and Kratos. Okay, so the snake is on the giant side. I wonder who the Guardian is, so.
I should feel them, but I don't. This place is dead. What happened to them? Why'd Mom send us here?
One question is answered and two more take its place.
Oh no, I'm really worried about what we're gonna find now. She sent them here for a reason, and I don't know.
Wait! Father! Something's happening.
Oh.
It's your axe. It's smaller.
Is the mom the Guardian?
Look. She's arguing with a bunch of giants. She knew giants? That's us. The first time we met the world serpent.
Whoa, what?
But how?
How is this here?
And our fight with Baldur. But that just happened. Wait. They knew everything that was going to happen.
Oh my god, I'm shivering right
The
now. This
dragon
is
in the
crazy.
mountain, the stone mason. All these drawings. This is
How do they
our
know?
story.
No. This is your story.
But what does it all mean?
That I was not the only parent with secrets.
You didn't know. She was a giant.
Whoa. I think she must have been the Guardian then. Wow.
I'm a giant.
Oh my gosh, this is amazing.
Why didn't she tell us?
She sent us here, knowing we would find this.
But why not just tell us the truth?
Your mother would have had good reasons. Baldur was never sent to find me. He was tracking her all along, not knowing she was only ashes.
Oh.
If she had a plan for us, I trust it. Whatever it is. Besides, she hasn't been wrong yet. Come on. We're so close to the end now.
I'm so sad she died now. I really want to know her.
Yes. Yes, we are.
What is that? I don't understand. What does that mean? Oh, it doesn't look good though. Oh no. Okay, but the mom wouldn't send them here knowing something bad was gonna happen. Wow, I can't believe she's a giant and so is Atreus. It's
Look.
amazing.
It's Mother's.
I knew.
She was here. She saw every step we took before we took it. Like she was always with us.
Oh, that's so beautiful.
Watching over us. Leading us home.
I'm so sad
Let's
we never
finish
got
it.
to know her. Oh, this is so beautiful. I love this story so much. You know, I always thought there was something more to the mom, but I didn't expect the giant. That is a twist I did not expect. Is she the guardian, I wonder? Because only the serpent and the guardian were left behind, so that must be her. We're almost there. Is this it? Whoa. Oh my gosh, are those giants? Oh no. Are they all dead?
Father.
But wait, the giants aren't actually giant, right? So
We do it together,
are those just statues? I really hope so.
son.
Oh, this is beautiful. Oh. This is so sad and beautiful at the same time. I'm gonna cry again. Oh my gosh. I can't stop crying in this game. Oh.
Goodbye, Faye.
I love you, Mom. The giants. They really are all gone. There's nothing for us here.
Come.
What happened to them all?
So, I get that Mother was a giant, which makes me part giant and part god.
And part mortal.
Right. I guess there's just one thing I don't understand. My name on the wall. The giants called me... Loki?
Whoa!
That's the name your mother wanted for you when you were born. She must have called you that to her people.
But why?
A question for another day.
Is he actually Loki? Whoa, oh my gosh. That's so crazy. What? I mean, I guess it makes sense because Loki is the son of the Frost Giants, right? Like, I guess they just... Are the Frost Giants the same as the Jötunheim Giants? I need to brush up on my lore here because that was crazy. What? He's Loki? Oh my gosh, that's insane. Wow, so are these the actual giants? I guess they are. I thought they weren't actually giant, like super tall, but I guess they are. I'm a little confused about that one. Maybe they can vary in size.
Check this out.
Wow, look at the sun, the sky. It's really neat. It's so hazy. But I guess those are the giants. They're all dead. I wonder what happened to them here. Who killed them here? Poor Tyr, all that work to save them and they're just here dead anyways.
Now. Why she want to end up here? Be with her kind? But did she know it was going to be like this here? Is this what she wanted us to see? Did she want us to tell the people? Or keep it a secret?
I do not know.
So what should we do?
I trust you to decide that.
Oh,
Is this the end? It's over? Oh my god, I'm so sad. I can't believe it's over. Aw. That was so beautiful. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. I can't believe that's the end. What a story. That was so phenomenal.
why'd you want to name me Atreus? I know it can't be for a god.
No. He was a soldier. A Spartan.
A great warrior?
All Spartans are great warriors. We trained from birth. Our lives were discipline, duty, battle, and death. Life was grim, and we greeted it grimly. But Atreus of Sparta was unlike the rest of us. He wore a smile even in the worst of times. He was happy. He inspired us to hope that though we were machines of war, yet there was humanity in us. Goodness. When the day came for him to lay down his life in battle, his sacrifice saved countless others and turned the tide in our favor. I carried him home on his shield and buried him with all the honors of Spartan custom. His memory was a comfort in dark times.
Wow, you actually told a good story. We missed it.
Aww. Yeah, that's kind of a beautiful story, and I like how it ties into his past. Is Atreus in the other games? This other Atreus? Ah, gosh, I have to play them. This is so beautiful. I can't believe it's over. What a game. Oh, I'm gonna cry again just because it's over and it's so beautiful. I can't believe how much I've cried in this episode. I never expected this. It's honestly just like such an amazing game, the story.
But I bet there's still some corrupted Valkyries out there that could be set free. Some other help people. Maybe helping people was part of why Mom sent us out here, too. I mean, what would Atreus of Sparta do?
And what would Loki do?
Huh. That's a weird name. I'm glad we went with yours.
But now we know. We know who he is. Oh my god, I can't believe that.
Lads, am I glad to see you. I believe I've reached my limit for dwarven charm.
Why is the hedge of the wine here?
They took an uncomfortable number of measurements and then proceeded to bicker about the weather.
Where do you want us to take you?
How about the warm confines of anywhere bloody else?
I really like the way they've done these, continue exploring, complete dwarven favors, free dragons, travel to Muspelheim and Nilfheim, find new items in the shop to get powerful equipment that allow you to defeat the legendary corrupted Valkyries. Valkyries revealed. Locations of all corrupted Valkyries have been revealed on your map. Oh, I'm excited for that. Okay. Wow, so is that the end of the credits? That was kind of short credits. I like the way normally the credits are like completely separate from the game. I like the way that they incorporated that in. That was pretty cool, actually, because then you're not just staring at a screen, you're like actively in the game still and listening to stories and stuff and seeing the credits, so that was kind of cool. Somebody told me that I actually need to go home and rest to finish the game, which I'm not really sure why, because that seems like the end of the game. but apparently the true ending is at home, so that's what we're gonna do. Where is home again? Okay, we need to find... Where am I? New Game Plus allows you to start a new game while maintaining your equipment. Hack silver and purchase item. New Game Plus can be accessed anytime within the game's options. Well, I gotta finish this game, so... yeah, so we're gonna go find our... we're gonna go find a door so we can go home. Okay, so we need to go to Midgard. I can't believe it's over! Okay, well, we're gonna find out what this actual setting is.
Before we return to Midgard, I should warn you. More time has passed than you likely realise. The snowfall that began when you slew Baldur has become something else. The stuff of omens.
Oh.
For the coming of winter.
Not just any winter, but a great winter to span 3 summers. And when it's done, Ragnarok begins.
Ragnarok.
Whoa!
From snow.
Oh my gosh.
Snow. Lots more snow. And then the end of the bloody world. In that approximate order.
Another prophecy.
No, brother. Prophecy doesn't expect this for 100 more winters at least. You've changed something. Prophecy didn't count on you.
Interesting. Ah! It's the start of Ragnarok! That's so exciting for the next game. I cannot wait. This is gonna be huge. I'm so curious to see what the world is gonna be like. I wonder how long we've been gone.
I'm telling you, it's Fimbulwinter.
Okay, I wanna go look outside. Let's see what the world looks like. Oh, I can't go out there.
You're making me very nervous. It was bound to snow sooner or later.
That ain't just snow and you know it. It's the end times.
How dare you make me the voice of reason? Just discussing the weather.
Oh.
Cold snap lately.
What he means is, Fimbulwinter's upon us, boys. The winter to end all winters. I can feel it in my scrotum.
Yeah, we heard.
So if you're heading home, try to keep moving, and also to not die.
Or if you're not heading home, same advice.
Okay. Well, we're heading home to find out what the end of the story is. Apparently we have to keep moving, though. I'm so curious what we're gonna find at home. Like, that seems like the end of the story. This is our home, right? No, that's the turtle. Our home is right there, I think? I hope so. Never all that great at reading a map.
Oh man, the tower ate the Unity Stone, didn't it? I wanted to fly again.
Yes, that's a terrible pity.
Mimir.
Why do you have Bifrost crystals in your eyes?
A loving gift from the giants. Since I used to do so much traveling between realms, they thought it would be more convenient for me than having a crystal I could lose.
Did it hurt?
No, because I wisely fortified myself with 16 cups of Billow Maiden's ale. Got so inebriated, I tried convincing the giants to put them in my nipples instead.
Oh my gosh.
Almost talked them into it too. Can you imagine? Mimir of the Bifrost teats. Ah, those were the days.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, I'll stop now.
No, please don't. I want all of Mimir's tales, please. That's so funny. Can you imagine? Oh my goodness. Oh, I love Mimir. He's hilarious. He's so funny. Oh, we're back. All right.
We're finally home. Feels like a lifetime ago.
Bit drafty, maybe. It's a right improvement over having tree bark in your tadger.
It does look like it's more snow, I think, than before. It's kind of, I like that it's like full
Time to
circle
rest.
coming back.
I'm gonna sleep through winter.
Oh, here we go. This is it, the true ending. I'm so curious what this is about.
Okay, this'll do.
Sleep.
Way ahead of you.
This is kind of strange way to end a story. Just sleep. And then they just are complaining about how tired they are. Years later.
The ball!
What? What the hell happened? Oh my god. It's storm, right? It has to be. Oh, the lightning, yeah! What? Oh my gosh, what a cliffhanger! How did they sleep through so many years? What the hell? Did they literally sleep for years? What the heck? Okay, that's the true ending. Whoa, what an ending! Damn, I'm so glad I didn't miss that. Thank you for telling me about that because that was crazy. Okay, so now it's truly over. Wow, what happened? Why did they sleep for years? That was so random too. Like, I was not expecting. I guess that's why they do it after the credits. It's kind of a weird thing, and like I feel like you'd really easily miss that you need to go home and rest. I would have if somebody hadn't told me about that. But I guess the reason they kind of leave that for later is because now you're in the future, so they want you to like finish everything in the game in that moment, which I'm gonna have to go back because I still have a lot to finish. But jeez, that was really cool though. Thor's here. And Ragnarok. They spurred Ragnarok. That is so cool. Wow, what a game, guys! That was freaking amazing! Like, seriously, one of the best games I've ever played. I mean, it is right up there with Ghost of Tsushima and Horizon Zero Dawn, sorry. Getting the two mixed up. What a fantastic game. It is so well done. I seriously was not expecting that at all. Like, I heard that this is a good game and I wanted to play it, but it went above and beyond every single one of my expectations. Like, seriously, it was phenomenal. What the hell? The story is so good. Okay, hold on. I gotta turn this volume down. It is so loud. Okay. Anyways, I'm trying to talk and I have this like music blaring in my ears. Okay, anyways, what was I saying? Yeah, this is like honestly one of my favorite games for sure. It's so good. And I like so badly want to go back and play the other games now. I know they're a really different tone, but I've heard that's still really fantastic, just in a different way. So I definitely want to play them, like the third one. I think it'll add so much depth to what happened in this game. Like, I know the backstory, I watch videos and stuff, and so I understand like the significance of like, you know, the bandages and the Blade's chaos and all of that, but I think it's probably more impactful if you've actually played the games and gone through the whole experience. But anyways, back to this game. It is so good. I love the characters. Like, Atreus and Kratos are my absolute favorite. They're so cute. I love them so much. Like, I was so invested in their relationship at that point when Atreus like went all like kind of bad, evil Atreus. I was so upset because I was like, I love Atreus. He's such a good kid. He can't be like this. And like the relationship between Kratos and Atreus, they're building up. I was so worried it was gonna get lost. But Loki, if he's actually Loki, like Loki the trickster god, he's gonna have a tough journey ahead of him, walking the balance between good and evil, because we all know like Loki's character traditionally struggles with that. So that'll be super interesting to find out more about him. That is so cool. I was not expecting him to be Loki at all. Really cool. But yeah, it makes sense. I mean, Loki's the son of a giant, and it makes sense why the serpent recognized him. Jormungandr? I forget his name. Didn't he was able to understand a bit or something? I don't know. They had some form of connection, which makes sense because aren't the giants, like, isn't the serpent their, like, dad or whatever? I think. I don't know. Lore is very complex, but, yeah, that is so neat. Oh my gosh. I can't believe he's Loki. And Kratos is his father. Wow, Ragnarok is gonna be so insane. Like, this is like a world-ending event. It's gonna be crazy. I'm curious if it's gonna connect at all to, like, Greece or anywhere else in the world, like, because it's a world-ending event, right? But I mean, like, Ragnarok is Norse mythology, not Greek mythology, so is it world-ending as in the entire world or just the North world? Like, you know, how are they going to do that? How do these gods all coexist together and that's super interesting. I would love to know how they're gonna like tie that all in. But I think it's gonna be a super great game. I mean, we've seen the trailer. I haven't seen the full thing. I can finally go and watch the spoiler version of it, which I'm really excited about. It sounds like it's gonna be such a great game. Some new characters. It looks just as beautiful. Awesome combat. So I'm excited to go watch that now. Now that I can. The combat in this game was so good. I mean, I guess I didn't really get to do any fights in this last episode. I probably should have just played it right after I fought Baldur, but it would have been a really, really long episode, and I didn't know how much was left, so... it was kind of nice to end it this way, though, just to focus on the characters and the story, and, like, all about Jotunheim, getting to the top of the mountain, learning about the mom. We never really found out why she died, or how she died. I would have liked to know that, but I don't know. Maybe it's just not really important to the story. Like, isn't that crazy? Like, she has, like, Baldur, a god, after her, and she just died probably in some normal way. That would be pretty interesting. Like, you know, got the flu or something. Yeah, she sounds like an amazing woman, and I would have liked to get to know her better because it's so cool that she's a giant, too, and, like, she was with Kratos, so she's gotta be freaking awesome, but I guess we'll never really... probably never get to know more about her. I feel like it's focused on Kratos and Atreus, so we're probably not gonna get that, but that is so neat. It's so cool that she's a giant, like, that whole journey to get up to the summit, and it was just about finding out, like, about their history and the family. It's so beautiful. This game is just genuinely so beautiful. Everything, the story, the world. And, okay, the combat was so fun. Surprisingly, Baldur was the, like, the final boss fight, I guess. I didn't feel like it was that tough. I think we got through that fairly easily, relatively, which, you know, getting a really good boss fight can be tough. Like, it was a good boss fight for other reasons, but having a really tough final boss fight can be difficult, but it was still great. Like, I really enjoyed that boss fight, and it was just so emotional. And poor Freya, I'm so curious what's gonna happen with her. Like, is she gonna hate them forever now? Is she gonna be the villain of the next game? I'm so curious about that. Obviously, Thor is gonna be in the next game, which is gonna be really interesting. Aren't Loki and Thor supposed to be, like, brothers? Oh, maybe that's what the reference was, because, you know, Modi and Magni, whichever one survived through the first fight, was like, to Atreus, you're gonna be my new brother now. Kind of maybe a reference to that. I wonder if Odin's gonna try and take Atreus, Loki, to be his own son. That's really curious. I mean, Kratos probably isn't gonna let that happen. I guess Ragnarok is happening now, so kind of too late for that. I don't know. Interesting, though. I wonder how this is gonna tie in and how far they're gonna go away from the tale, like, you know, the original myth. Sorry, I'm trying with my THs. I have a little bit of a lisp. Side note. Anyways, yeah. The combat was really cool, and, you know, I was saying the final boss fight was not super difficult, but I know the Valkyries are, so it's going to make up for that there. I'm sure it's going to be super tough, especially Sigrun. Can't wait to take that on. I'm probably going to go play that pretty soon, just because I'm so excited. I need to play more of this game, otherwise I'll just be so sad that it's over. So I'm actually happy that I have some side missions and stuff left to do, because otherwise, yeah, I'd be like really sad waiting for Ragnarok to come out, but this way I can go play some things with you guys still, so that's nice. I'm probably trying to release those like every once in a while and keep us going until Ragnarok comes out, although that's still several months away, unfortunately. Wow. I cried so much in this game. I cried in other games, but I think, like, this is right up there. There's a moment, the two times I've cried the most in games are in this game, with Baldur dying, and also this episode too, I cried quite a bit. And then the moment in Ghost of Tsushima, which I will not say, because I don't want to spoil, but if you played it, you know, it's, I think, at the end of Act 2, you know, I cried so much there. So, yeah, I love when a game can really get those emotions in. It's, yeah. But wow, I did not expect to cry this much. It was so sad. It just, part of me was like happy, sad crying, especially on Jotunheim. Like, you know, it was a really beautiful moment spending the ashes of his mom. And yeah, I really liked how that was kind of the ending of this game. Like, instead of it being the ending with Baldur and just that part, it was just beautiful having that journey the whole way through and like dealing with his grief and finding his new family for Atreus. I don't know what to say. Like, it's just such a beautiful game, and I'm so sad it's over, and I'm so glad I got to play this with you guys, because it was just, like, honestly, one of the best journeys I've ever gone on. It was so amazing. I'm so excited to play the next game. I'm really excited to keep going with the combat against the, against the Valkyries. I'm gonna go get that glove, finally, my, Eternity Stone glove. I want to make that and use it against the Valkyries. I'm excited about that. I'm definitely going to finish all of the side missions, and I might try and platinum this game because I love it so much, so I kind of want to like get everything there is to get in this game. I can't believe it's over. I'm so sad. I'm really, really sad that it's over. I don't know what I'm going to do with myself now. I'm so excited. I'm so curious what Thor is coming. Is Thor? That's so interesting because it's just like Baldur showing up. Like at the beginning of this game, you know, they're at home and Baldur shows up, and now in the next game starts off with Thor showing up in their home. I'm so curious. Is he there to fight them? I mean, he looks like he's ready for a battle, but he is supposed to be brothers with Loki, so I'm curious about that. Yeah, did they actually sleep for several years? Because that would be crazy. Mimir, I wonder if the dwarves, okay, on to Mimir. Love Mimir. He's hilarious. So funny. Honestly, that last story cracked me up so much. Like, what a weird thing to do and talk about. And he's like getting, just casually like getting super drunk. That's so funny, but I wonder if they're gonna get him a new body, the dwarves. They're taking measurements. I wonder if that's what it's for. I wonder what exactly triggered Ragnarok. Is it killing Baldur? Maybe? That triggered it? I don't know. I'm curious about that because apparently it wasn't supposed to happen for a long time, but they changed something. I mean, technically, Kratos isn't really supposed to be a part of this world. He's supposed to be part of the Greek world, and he came here, and so maybe it was triggered by him coming, like, him coming created a new kind of timeline, sort of, and so that's why now Ragnarok can happen earlier. I don't know, that would be interesting. This is gonna really... If it's true that after this game, or after the next Ragnarok game, if they're gonna go on to either Egypt or Japan and explore the mythology there, that would be super interesting. I would love that because I just love mythology and it's so cool to explore it in the game, and they've done such a good job with it. Oh man, I have to go play the previous God of War games. Like, I have to do it now. I don't know if I'm gonna have time to play them all on the channel. Maybe I'll just play one, like the third one, because, you know, Ragnarok's coming out pretty soon, so I don't think I can get through all 3 games on the channel before that comes out, but maybe I'll play the third one if you guys really want to see that. No promises, though. I've got lots of games to play. I'm starting Spider-Man next, so I would love to play it with you guys, though, because this was fantastic, so I would love to play another game this good on the channel. I don't really know what else to say. It was just like a fantastic game. I'm really sad it's over, but I'm excited to keep playing. And yeah, we've talked about it so much already. I would love to hear your guys actually, tell me in the comments, because I want to continue this conversation with people who have also played this game and love it as much as I do. So put your thoughts in the comment. I would love to talk to you guys about this as usual. Let me know what you thought about the ending, your theories for the next game, all of that. Like, how excited you are to play Ragnarok, because I am beyond excited for this next game. Oh my god, I cannot wait. I had so much fun playing this with you guys. Like, this has been one of the best experiences playing with you guys that I've ever had. It's just such a phenomenal storyline. The character development is so good. The characters themselves, like, you cannot help but fall in love with Atreus and Kratos. Even Freya, although I don't know what's gonna happen with her, and I have mixed feelings about her now after everything we found out. Like, Mimir, he's such a great, funny character. The dwarves, I love them so much. Everybody's just phenomenal. The world is so beautiful. The combat is so fun. I love getting your guys' tips, and like, I feel like I started out so bad and then I've come so far since the beginning. So it's been such a great journey, and I'm so happy I got to share it with all of you. Honestly, it means so much. Like, it just takes this experience so much further to me to be able to share it with all of you guys and make me friends while doing this. So I'm so happy. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for joining me on this adventure. I cannot wait to play the next one with you guys, and yeah, I love you guys so much. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll see you very soon for more God of War against the Valkyries and for Ragnarok coming soon. So, oh, and for our reaction video against the full trailer. So, thank you guys so much. Love you all. Bye.
Atreus, are you ready?
Yeah, but I had the
Oh my gosh,
weirdest
we've got
dream.
another final scene.
Fimbulwinter was ending, and Thor came for us, here at the house.
Oh, what?
It was
just
only a dream.
But it felt different. It felt real. It felt like the future.
Then we will worry about it tomorrow. Today, there are still things we can do. Come.
Oh my gosh, I was not expecting that at all. Okay, so I just went this whole rant about how we're like just going on and on about the future. I think he did see the future. I think that is gonna happen. But I guess they're not just gonna wake up like after years of sleeping to find Thor. That is super interesting though. What another twist, you know? They like make you head home after the credits start and sleep, and then they're like, surprise! You wake up a few years later and there's a fight for the next time, and then you go through all the credits again, and they're like, surprise! It's not actually the future, you were just dreaming. I guess there goes my theory for why they make us come home after the credits start, but alright, so now we can go finish the game, which I will do at a later point, and I guess we got a hint of what's going to happen in the next game, because I think it is set several years in the future anyways, because Atreus is obviously older, like his voice drops and all that, which is super weird, but we know it's going to be in the future, so I guess this is totally possible that in the next game that will happen, and I definitely think it was a vision, because they are gods, so of course it's a vision of the future. I don't think it's just a dream, but still curious to find out what's going to happen, and yeah, well, I guess we got our glimpse into the next game, so I don't have anything else to say about that moment except for look at you, Santa Monica, with all the twists, just keeping us on our toes. Anyways, thank you so much for joining me for this playthrough. I had so much fun playing God of War with you guys. Honestly, one of the best games I've ever played. One of my favorite games on the channel. We played a lot of good games, but this one has been just a really, truly special and amazing experience playing with all of you. So thank you so much for joining me on this adventure. I love you all so much. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I cannot wait to see you in future episodes of God of War, in our future reactions to Ragnarok, and playing Ragnarok next year, because I'm definitely playing that on the channel, so I hope you guys will join me for that. See you next time!